Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Wherever you are, remember you have greatness inside of you. Welcome back to another Ad Daily News with the Hockey Goes Guru called Frenchy. Today, episode number 214. Whatever the minute coach today. First of all, I'm going to talk about the Montreal Canadiens, their NHL draft pick 2023. Another update for the World Junior Championship for the Montreal Canadiens prospect. And my last subject is about Martin St-Louis is trying. Give him a chance. He's trying. But before we jumping on the first subject of the day, guys, first of all, happy Boxing Day, all my friends in Canada. I know a lot of people are right now in the store to get some great discount. And then secondly, I wish again for everybody Merry Christmas and happy holidays. But before we start, we invite you, please don't forget to click on the like, subscribe to the Hockey Nation Live Show, and leave me a comment about this episode. And let's talking about the first subject of the day. I know it's still Christmas on my heart, so let's talking about the Montreal Canadiens, the NHL Draft 2023. Things changing a little bit for the last 2 weeks for the Montreal Canadiens about the next draft 2023. First of all, guys, they're going to get 2 first-round picks, one for the Montreal Canadiens and one for the Florida Panthers. Secondly, by winning percentage, Montreal Canadiens right now are 8 in the standing at the bottom, and the Florida Panthers are 9. So what's happening is possibly Montreal right now going to get 2 picks back-to-back. Chance to get this way at the end of the year? Possibly. Why? Because both have the worst schedule, guys, for the rest of the year for the Montreal Canadiens and the Florida Panthers. So it's not going to be better. At least for the Montreal Canadiens, I see Florida maybe have a little bit more successful game, but they're not going to make the playoff. And they battle right now to at the 20 to 22 ranking in NHLs would be something we have to follow up until the end of the season. Now, at the trade deadline, the Montreal Canadiens, I believe the best asset they can get is Sean Monahan. I don't want to get talking about Drouin, Dadonov, because they don't get anything in return. Now, you said maybe Joel Edmondson. I still believe Montreal want to keep him. Or maybe talk about Josh Anderson. At least the return is amazing. I think they want to keep both of them for the upcoming season. For the Florida Panthers, I look at their team. They have 2 players that become UFA next season. One is Orvis, bottom 4 line, play 3rd line. Good right winger, I think, for the playoff. Some team maybe to like to add something in the depth chart roster. And then Kudas. Kudas, he become UFA. I know Florida, maybe they like him a lot. They will maybe keep him. To depend on the salary cap. But if the Florida taking to get something good in return, I think Kudas could get a 2nd round pick if they get a trade for him at the trade deadline. Now, Panthers could finish bottom 10. I still believe for what they have in front of them, the way they play, they're going to battle with Nashville, Detroit, Ottawa, Buffalo, the Vancouver Canucks on the Pacific. It's a way where they can finish 17th to 23rd at the end of the year. I don't think so with what is going on with the Metropolitan Division and the Atlantic Division. They're going to make the playoff, obviously, for this season. And this is a great news for the Montreal Canadiens. So now Montreal Canadiens will have 2 chances to win the lottery. It's Christmas, so I want to see Santa Claus yesterday. I said, Santa Claus, I would like to have a gift for the Montreal Canadiens, what we can give to them. He said, look, it's easy, guys. I'm going to give it to you already. Bingo! Montreal Canadiens finished 2nd on the pick lottery, and they got the 1st round pick of the Florida Panthers. They won the lottery, and the Montreal Canadiens select Connor Bedard and Adam Fantilli. Amen. It's a dream. It's a hope. We never know. But I think with the top 10 guys, the Montreal Canadiens going to have a great selection. You can see the player: Carlson, Mitchcock, Will Smith, Benson, Edouard Saleh, Devoski, Yager, Wood, Barlow. I can go a little bit more deeper. Stramel is another player we can put there. But I just want to share with you guys the situation with the NHL draft pick 2023 for the Montreal Canadiens. Please leave me a comment. Tell me what you think. Do you really believe the Florida Panthers is going to make the playoff or not? And that will give a chance to Montreal to select 2 solid players for the NHL draft 2023. And we know this draft is a solid one in the last 15 years in NHL. Let's move on now, guys, for the next subject of the day. My next subject of the day, guys, about the World Junior Championship at 2023. Some add prospect, a little bit more update what's going on. And I'm going to do all the game for Team Canada when I have a chance when Montreal does not play. First of all, Montreal Canadiens have 6 players. You already know Lane Hudson, Philippe Mazar, and Joshua Roy. But I want you to pay a little bit more attention on the 3 other prospects. I think it's good to know a little bit more who they are. First of all, Kapanen have an amazing, great year with Finland. He's going to be top line as a center for them, so follow him. Adam Engstrom with some player from the Sweden defensemen are not played because they play in North America. Give him a chance right now to play on the first pairing for Team Sweden. And finally, Austria, Vincent Rohrer, player play for Ottawa 67 and the OHL, going to play with Austria. So it's another player for the Montreal Canadiens prospect to watch for the upcoming World Junior Championship. Now, I want to talk a little bit more about the NHL Draft 2023 player to watch. We're just talking about the Montreal Canadiens could get at least 2 solid picks, maybe top 10, worst case top 15. But I want to share with you a couple of players play in the World Junior Championship this year. First of all, the Team USA. We already know, Adam Fantilli. We know already Connor Bedard, Leon Carlson. What I want you to pay more attention, the player could select Montreal between 6 to 15. 3 of them, for me, is really good players. Charlie Stramel for the Team USA. Then you have Edouard Sally for Team Czechia. And then you have Slovakia, Dalibor Devorsky. 3 players right now you can to watch. I think Sally and Devorsky looking good on the World Junior Championship are really the top 6 players on their country right there. Stramel right now playing on the 3rd line, 4th line, possibly extra player for the Team USA. He's still 17 years old, playing NCAA right now. But 3 players, I think, I would love you to guys pay a little bit more attention. I'm going to definitely watching them during that tournament. I'm going to give you all the update for each one of them. Finally, Team Canada played the first game of the tournament at 6:30 Eastern Time against the Team Czechia. Team Czechia, for me, guys, is really underrated. They have a lot of good players there. For me, is the defenseman David Chirecek, one of the best defensemen for the organization, for the Columbus Blue Jacket, having an amazing, great year so far with the Cleveland Lumberjack and American Hockey League. Remember, Czechia beat Team USA last August during the World Junior Championship at 2022. That's conclude, guys, this subject. Please leave me a comment. Tell me what you think about the prospect Montreal Canadiens for the player play at the World Junior Championship. Finally, my last subject is about Martin Saint-Louis is trying. I do live streaming every day, and most people talk to me about their own opinion, and they are great. Many of you are great in knowledge about hockey, and you try to understand, not agree, disagree. You try to figure out why they do that, everything like that. I'll try to clarify a little bit more why Martin Saint-Louis did it. First of all, he must fight his line against Dallas. For the first time, he split Caulfield and Suzuki. I'll be honest with you guys, it's happened all the time in NHL. Martin Saint-Louis did it. Martin Saint-Louis played with Seven Senkos. At some point, he got split with him a couple of games, and he wanted to play with Brent Richards. And that's happening in many teams, guys. They split players, and they try to figure out to wake up, shaking a little bit the situation of the team. We know Montreal Canadiens guys that don't score. The last 10 games, they score an average of 2.1, I believe, goal per game. Power play is 2-32 right now. It's 3.7% the last 10 or 11 games. So Martin Saint-Louis tried to modify something about the organization. The 2 reasons why the HABS struggled for me in the last 10 game example is because first, the injury of Sean Monahan. The reason is out. That showed the Montreal Canadiens they have no depth inside of this organization. You can talk about Dave Horak after that. They tried to put Kirby Dach. I believe Kirby Dach is maybe the best forward for the last 10 games for the Montreal Canadiens. But again, it's not good enough because the wing side of them, they are not great. And that's the problem they have. John Armia, we know already, Pesada, Dadonov, Hoffman, they don't produce. And Jonathan Drouin right now has 0 goal. That's not help. All together, Martin Saint-Louis tried to figure out something else. Then the power play is worse. Power play guy cannot score. Now they scored the last game. Are excited about this 1 and 2 that gave them 1-34, 2-34. That's not good enough. 3.7%. They are the bottom of the NHL for the power play. Again, one of the problem Nick Ski struggle right now is the last 9 games, he have 3 points. 1 goal, 2 assists. 9 games. He still have 31 points and 34 game right now. Secondly, the power play guy, 2 point in the last 14 game for Nick Suzuki. Remember, his percentage today at some point was 31, one of the best in the NHL. Saint-Manion is out. The power play struggle for the Montreal Canadiens. 17.1 when he was there. They dropped now below at 14%. And you say, oh, it's not much. But look, they cannot score. So that the reason why it was create more opportunities, it were helping Nick Suzuki. Mentally, guys, when you don't score, get point power play, and the one you probably struggle like they are doing right now, it affects the mindset of the team when they play 5 versus 5. That's just natural. And the worst of this is, honestly, Nick Suzuki. 5 versus 5 in the last 5 games, he's not at the top 5 with the most points. That's a big problem. Cole Caulfield considered performing. Now, I want to mention one more thing here. One, when Gallagher and Monahan going to return, there no room for Anthony Richard. It's sad to say that, but Richard will have to return to Laval. Whatever you would find, maybe play better game, expect Anthony Richard to return with the Laval Rocket. Don't worry, Suzuki, Caulfield are going to be back together. I don't know if it's the next game. I don't know 1 week from today, but that's just happening. Martin Saint-Louis is trying right now to shaking the team with no productivity in the last 10 games with the Montreal Canadiens. The only way, guys, Montreal, who they are right now, is because the performance of Jake Allen and Samuel Montembeault. That's it, that's all. Without them, Montreal is at the bottom 5. Martin Saint-Louis trying right now to shaking the team to figure out what is the best for them to come back what they were at the beginning of the season. Leave me a comment. Tell me what you think about Martin Saint-Louis. This concludes, guys, all the subject I have for you on this episode 213. Hopefully you enjoy it. But before we leave, we want to invite you, please leave me a comments. Of course, click on the likes. And finally, please sharing this video and subscribe to the Hockey Nation Live Show. And don't forget, the World Junior Championship start tomorrow with 4 games on the program. And of course, I want to wish you again a happy holidays and an amazing blessing day, everybody.